Our next step is going to be to attach the motor assembly that we just put together onto the bottom plate. First thing we're going to do is grab the bearing off of our lay shaft holder, and we're using the Team FastEddy bearings. It's the same size as a wheel bearing, and you'll just reuse the existing one that you've taken off of the Baja when we disassembled it. Very simply going to install this into the hole here, just like so, and we're going to slide that over the lay shaft. And then the 3 holes here are going to line up on the bottom. We're going to put some screws in there, and the 3 holes on the top are going to line up, and we're going to put some screws in there. First, we're going to start on the bottom, and we're going to use 3 of the M5 by 15 out of the bag. Let's go ahead and do that first. These are metal to metal, so we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on there. And again, I'm working for the camera, so it's kind of hard to align holes here. There we go. We're just going to put these in and snug it up so that everything aligns. You can go ahead and put a second one in. And our third one. Again, we're using Loctite on all of these. Just a little dab will do ya. Now we're going to move to the top and snug these down. I'm going to move to the top holes and use the smaller supplied screws. Again, they're metal to metal, so we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on them. There's 3 of those that go along the top. I'm always asked what tools I use on these. The wrenches that I use are put out by Baja Skunk Works. They're not a cheap set, but I've been using this set for, gosh, going on what, 3 to 4 years now, and they work very, very well. I wouldn't know what to do without them. They're designed real well, the end pivots. Beautiful tools. They're available at all your Baja retailers. There we go, just like so. And make sure that bearing's pushed in. It was a little bit loose. And we've got it in just like so. Starting to take shape here. Actually looks like an electric taking shape. For the next step, we're going to go ahead and use the supplied rear, what they're calling the lateral brace. We're going to go ahead and need this, so go ahead and grab it out of your kit. Very simply is going to set right back down where the original one came from. This one's just a little different shape. You're also going to want to grab your upright roll bar assembly, and we're going to reassemble this at the same time. You're also going to need 4 of the M5 by 20 screws. So go ahead and grab those out of your bag, and we'll get going here. I'm going to place the brace down, and you'll see that it lines up with the 4 holes on your chassis. And then we're going to align and set the roll cage on top of that, and from that point we can go ahead and insert the 4 screws. It's always fun working for the camera. Go ahead and get that one in. Move around to the other side. Get this one in, maybe. Okay, time to stop working for the camera and actually build something here. So I hope you can see this, but we're going to grab the right wrench first, might work. There we go. Go ahead and put that one in. Guess I can take this off. Then we'll go ahead and put the second one in on this side. Helps to have it aligned. There we go. Now we'll put the roll cage back on, because that screw goes up inside there. There we go. And we're going to flip back over to the other side. Put this one in, and we're going to be done with this step. Normally I would use an electric screwdriver like you see me use on these, except for these particular screws here. Two of them go into plastic and I don't want to strip them out, so that's why we're using and doing this one by hand. They're long screws, it takes a while to get them all up in there. You don't want to tighten them down too tight, but you do want them to be snug. The other two screws go into a nylock nut. You can go ahead and crank those little puppies down. Okay, there we go. Now our lateral brace and our roll bar is all back in position there. You can see. Calling the box plate, which is the other end of the box. It's going to be very similar to the first one we put on, except for there's no bearing in it. And we're going to very simply screw in the 3 holes here using 3 of the M5 by 15, and we're going to screw in 3 more on the top here using the smaller M3 by 8s. And again, it is metal to metal, so we're going to use Loctite. Grab my wrench here. We'll get these going. It'll only take a second. We'll get this stuff.